Why H1 tag is very important for SEO. In this video, you will learn what is a tag, why it is important for SEO, and how to write a header tag that is both SEO and user-friendly. I am Raj Pavi, creator of AI Insider, an artificial intelligence-powered SEO tool. AI Insider helps you to outrank any competitors. I know it's a big claim, but try us please. Before that, check out our banner video. I'm sure you will be very happy. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. I make one video every day. Now, let's get into H1 tags. What is an H1 tag? The HTML tag is the first header tag visible on a page. It is used for the title of a page or post. To make the text stand out, the H1 tag is usually formatted differently than the rest of the page tags. Look at this example. The easier way to understand the use of the H1 tag is to imagine that you are writing an outline of a large document. The main title of your document will be your main points and the subpoints. H1 tag versus page title. One of the most important elements for SEO purpose is the tag and should not be considered with the H1 tags. Let's see below how these two differ. The main difference between the two are the title tag is shown in the SERPS. It is used as the main heading of the snippet in the search results. The title tag is not shown visually on a page but is part of the page header, and it is also shown in the browser title. The tag is shown for users while browsing a page. The title tag is a strong signal to search engine crawlers and what the page content is all about. When it comes to on-page SEO, the page title is more important than the H1 tag, but for the best results, you should optimize both. Why is an H1 tag important for SEO? One of the most complicated asks of search engine is to understand the meaning of a page or the context. To be able to do that in the most efficient and fastest way, they use data from different signals. One of those signals is the page title and another one is the H1 tag. When crawling the content of the page, search engine spiders read the HTML code and they try to identify which sentences are enclosed in the heading tags like H1, H2, etc. They consider these as indicative of the page content. So by using keywords in your H1 tag, you help search engines understand what your page is all about. Another reason why headings are important for SEO is that they make it easier for users to navigate through the page. The users can see at a glance what the page is all about by looking at the H1 tag. The rest of the heading provide a big hint to the users as to what to expect in each section. H1 tag SEO best practices. Now that the theory of H1 tag is behind us, let's see how to write good headings for your articles or page content in general. The H1 tag should be the same or slightly different than the page title. Use keywords in your headings. Avoid very long headings. Make sure that your H1 tag is visible and not hidden to users. Style your H1 tag differently than the rest of the headings. Use headings in a hierarchical manner. Use only one H1 tag per page. H1 tag should match the user intent. The H1 tag should be the same or slightly different than the page title. In the majority of cases, the page title and the H1 tag are same. This is because CMS like WordPress are configured this way. This is perfectly fine. It's not an SEO mistake to have the same text for the page title and H1 heading. On the contrary, it is recommended. As a general guideline, keep the page title and H1 tag the same or closely related. Google recommends the following. Place the title of your article in a prominent place above the article body such as an H1 tag. Match the title of your article page in the HTML tag to the title of your article or equivalent. In the example shown at the beginning of this video, the page title is On-Page SEO Techniques, while the H1 tag is On-Page SEO. The page title is more descriptive because it is shown in the SERP results, but for the HTML heading, I wanted something simpler. have to provide for a different H1 and page title. I mentioned about that the most themes and web development platform are configured to use the same value for the page and H1 tag, and this is usually what you specify as the title of the page or post. If you want to change it and have different values, then you can either edit your HTML code, or if you are on WordPress, use some plugins. As you can see in the screenshot below, when you install Yoast SEO, there is an extra area below each page or post where you can set the page title. Use keywords in your headings. It is highly recommended to use keywords in your headings. Keywords should be included in both the title and the headings. If you choose to have a different title and a different heading, then you can use your main keyword in the title and a related keyword in the H1 tag. Of course, that does not mean that you should cross the line and start creating keyword stuffed headings. Based on the results of your keyword research, you can select which keywords to use. As a rule of thumb, long-tail keywords are great candidates to use in your H1 and other headings. Avoid very long headings. Don't make your headings too long. Use short but descriptive headings. Use the same length guidelines as the title, that is less than 65 characters. If you need to provide for a longer description, then you can use a short heading and then bold text to give more information as shown in the example below from Google AdSense. Make sure that your H1 tag is visible and not hidden to users. Many WordPress themes have the H1 tag in the HTML of the page, but they hide it using CSS for users. This is not a good practice. Check that these theme inputs have H1 tag correctly and that is visible on the page. The easiest way to do this is to view the source of the page and search for H1. What you see enclosed in H1 should also be visible on the page. Style your H1 differently than the rest of the headings. Make your H1 stand out. Make the letters bigger than the rest of the text and headings. Check out this example. Use headings in a hierarchical manner. I mentioned about that you should approach headings in the same way as you write an outline for a blog, book, or a long form document. What is important for SEO is to have your tags in a hierarchical manner, otherwise you can confuse both the search engine and the users. In other words, your H1 should be on top of the HTML code and rest H1, H2 should follow. Notice in the example how the font size changes as you move down the hierarchy. Use only one H1 tag per page. Best SEO practices indicate that there should be only one H1 tag per page. This is because it makes more sense, and this is what you should aim for too. In case though you have made up multiple H1 tags in a page, this is not the end of the world. You can correct the situation, then do it otherwise, or leave it as it is. H1 tag should match the user intent. Don't forget about the user intent when writing your H1. If this does not match with the user's expectation, then they may leave your website without even reading the content. If this happens, you're not only losing customers or potential readers, it's also bad for your SEO. This behavior of users of visiting a website and then leaving immediately is known as pogo sticking and can negatively affect your rankings. Make sure that your H1 gives users what they expect to see from the page. Examples of H1 tags. Let's review some nice examples from websites that are having optimized H1 tags to help you understand how the above principle can be applied in practice. In example 1, the heading H1 tag is optimized for users while the page title is shorter and SEO friendly. Example 2, for known brands, the heading 1 for the homepage can match the brand name while the page title can include keywords. What about H2, H3 and H4 tags? To avoid any confusion, let me clear something out. All the principles explained above are applicable for all header tags and not just H1. In addition, please note the following. Don't use heading tags when other tags such as bold or italic are more appropriate. Don't overdo it with the use of headings. You don't have to use all heading types on a page. You can have the H1 and only H2s depending on the length and type of your content. Having a balance between the use of headings and other formatting elements is always the best approach. What are HTML heading tags? In HTML, which is the language used to display web pages, there are various tags that can be used to create headings in a document. It's very similar to creating headings in Microsoft Word. When you want a particular text or sentence to stand out, you can use the style to be heading 1, heading 2, etc. Heading in a Word document can be used to break up a document in different parts or as guide for creating a table of content. In general, they make a document easier to read by breaking up a large document into similar parts, each part having a heading that has different formatting than the rest of the document. HTML heading tags work the same way. What else can you do to improve your SEO? SEO, which is a component of search engine marketing, is about providing users with a great experience, and one of those users is a search engine, which in turn trying to offer the best experience for their users. Usually with SEO, you try to fix a lot of small things that independently they seem not that important, but when they combined together, they improve your search engines. So besides optimizing the H1 tag, here's a list of other things that are vital for SEO success. Reviewing technical SEO and making sure that the search engines can access, crawl, and index your website without any issues. Configuring your website to the SEO-friendly URLs for your posts and pages. Creating high-quality website providing a great user experience. Writing high-quality SEO-friendly content that offers great value to users. Connecting your content together using internal links to create your own small web, making it easier for users to discover more pages from your websites. Promoting your website using solid practices with the goal of getting links from other websites on the internet. This is also known as natural link building. Your SEO efforts don't start and end with H1 tag optimization. Optimizing the headings, it is one of the things you need to do, but certainly it's not the end of it. Unlike other SEO factors, the H1 tag is something you can control, and if optimized correctly, can make a huge difference in your rankings. That is it for today. If you have any suggestions or questions, please don't hesitate to ask us. You can reach us at www.dcdigitals.com. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.